Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Music in the City and to this wonderful global celebration of choral music. And what a lovely performance by the Minnesota Boychoir. Can we have another round of applause for them? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you just sit back and relax and you enjoy the music to this evening. We opened with Minnesota Boychoir with their first set, so each choir will perform 2 sets of repertoire this evening. There will also be a 20-minute interval in between the choirs, the first and second set. But tonight is truly about a celebration of international music, from the United States to the local choir of the University of Johannesburg choir. That's one of the tongue twister. University of Johannesburg choir. And we are looking forward to sharing the stage with both of these phenomenal choirs. The Drakensberg Boys Choir will also be performing, and we just really hope that you enjoy the music this evening. I would like to introduce to you now a student of the Drakensberg Boys Choir. Is actually, in fact, our head boy and head chorister, Matthew Bad. And yes, let's welcome him on stage. And Matthew did such a phenomenal job last night by sharing quite a good story, his story of being a Drakensberg Boys Choir boy. And we just decided that, and Matthew actually agreed, that he wants to share this message with you again this evening. So, over to Matthew.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not here to sing a solo, so don't worry. I'm Matthew Bad, and I'm the head boy of the Drakensberg Boys Choir School for 2026. And I'm also a proud past pupil of Lashko Phelan's, who we performed with yesterday at the Voice of Unity concerts. I arrived in Drakensberg in 2023 as a normal grade 6 boy that enjoyed cricket, piano, PlayStation, cross country. Probably not in that order though. But the boy arrived then and the boy standing in front of you now are 2 different people, and that's why I'm here speaking to you tonight. When Drakensberg came to my school, Miss Jackie suggested I audition. I wondered, a choir school in the Drakensberg. Sounds a bit like Heidi, except with better food, and no goats sleeping in your room. But I auditioned, and that decision changed my life. So boys, why should you audition for Drakensberg? Because it teaches you things you will never experience anywhere else. You arrive with a suitcase, a nervous smile, and absolutely no idea how the laundry works. But very quickly you learn to be responsible, independent, and you grow up. Not literally like me, but in a good way. In the way that when you come home from school, your parents ask you, did you just make your bed without being asked? Parents, this is not a myth, it's a miracle. Drakensberg doesn't just teach you about music, but it teaches you to be responsible. Drakensberg also builds confidence. At first, standing in front of a crowd of 100 people seems very daunting, but then you do it. You do it again, and again, and again. And before you know it, you're performing, traveling, and speaking in front of hundreds of people without staring at your shoes. This confidence is not arrogance, but rather the quiet kind that comes from doing hard things well. Then there is the brotherhood. When you live, rehearse, perform, and study with the same group of boys, you become more than friends, you become brothers. You learn who snores, who's always late, and who will always eat your snack if left unguarded. You know who you are. Those friendships are real, and they last a lifetime. And no, you don't just sing all day. Yes, the music is world class, and even if you have a little bit of music potential, it'll be developed in ways you cannot imagine. But life at Drakensberg is also an adventure. You stay in one of the most beautiful places in South Africa. You hike together, play sport together, laugh together, and become part of traditions that have been going on for decades. You treat the Berg as your backyard, and that is something special. It's hard to explain how much a place can shape you without you being there yourself. Then there is also the small moments. Hot chocolate in the winter, KFC on the bus, and jokes that make no sense outside the door. This creates the feeling of belonging to something bigger than yourself. And this is what makes Drakensberg unforgettable. So can I please ask all boys aged 9 to 13 just to put up their hand? I'm sure there are a couple here. There we go, got one there. So boys, I was like you, sitting in a hall, half listening, probably thinking about food. But if I could go back to that younger version of myself, I would say this. Do the audition. You don't have to worry that you're not good enough, not ready enough, not brave enough. It does not have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Willing to try, willing to grow, willing to step into something bigger than yourself. And what's the worst that can happen? You discover a place that gives you friendship, confidence, and discipline. And you make memories for a lifetime. To the parents, don't worry, I won't make you stick up your hand. But even if your son is a little curious, push him, give him the chance. It'll shape him in ways you cannot imagine. And yes, there will be tears, but this is still the best decision you can make for him. And there's a reasonable chance his room might be tidier, and his laundry skills will improve. I can't promise the wet towel to disappear forever, but we try our best. Thank you so much. The school is extraordinary. The opportunities are extraordinary. And I hope to see some of you boys at the audition. If you have any questions, please speak to the staff members or the boys who will be in the foyer area after the concert. Please enjoy the rest of the show.